Hello everybody, this is Chronos018, and this is going to be my thoughts on Fairy Tail episode 145. Or rather, this is going to be a recap of the episode, not really my thoughts, because I don't have too much to think about on this. Let's see. One thing I found, I guess the weirdest or the most amusing of this episode is that the Butt Jiggle Gang was in this episode again. Oh boy. Anyway, Natsu was stuck in there with them, in the jail, and Natsu obviously tried to bust his way out of the cell. Ain't gonna work, because I'm guessing it's magic proof. At least on the inside, anyway. They come up with the smart, I don't know if that's actually smart, and yet it kinda is at the same time. Honestly, baby boy just wants to be held. Anyway, for the butt jiggle king to rub their butts vigorously against the wall to create enough friction to make fire, and when they do that, they get the attention of the guards, claiming, "Hey, there's a fire in here, let us out!" They let Natsu out. He gets their butts. And the butt jiggle gang uses that fire to their advantage, and when they use their gas attack on the guards, engulfing them in fire. Though, when I said in reaction that Natsu wouldn't have liked that, he would have possibly liked that, because it's fire, he'd be able to eat it, but at the same time, it's coming from the butt, so I would assume it would stink. So I don't know. Anyway, I think they free Coco as well, because she wants to help Lucy. And speaking of Lucy, she's stuck to the eye of the infinity clock, or the face of the infinity clock. And essentially they're planning on using her magic as a celestial wizard. Dang, celestial wizards don't get much breaks, do they? They're going to essentially let the clock absorb her and use her magic to unleash the real nightmare, which will mess with everybody's perception of time. Which can make someone look like an look and act like an old man, but obviously with their personalities, even though they're really young, let's say they're late teens, early 20s. So yeah, that would cause chaos obviously all over the world, and that's what Midnight and the others are going for. Anyway, the others are trying to get to the Infinity Castle to rescue Natsu and Lucy. And the way to get there, they had Blue Pegasus bring Christine the bomber so they could fly up there, because obviously they wouldn't be able to get there otherwise. And while all this is going on, those archaeologists from before show up. We find out that one of the guys is actually, I think, the grandson of Will Neville. Grandson, great-grandson, somewhere around there. And he's essentially made it his last mission to prevent the chaos that the infinity clock would cause. And that's who ended up explaining the whole real nightmare thing. So, Urza, Gray, Mira, Elfman, who else went up there? Ichia, of course. I think that's the ones who mainly went. If I forgot anybody, I apologize. Oh, and probably Wendy too. And Carla, of course, and Happy. Wait, did Gajo go too? I think he did. Because I remember seeing him later in another episode fighting, I think, Midnight. And Racer pops up on the ship, starts causing trouble. Mira decides to face him herself and let the others go on ahead, because if they waste time having to go get her, they could waste precious seconds that could be used to stop the infinity clock, obviously. And so Mira fights against Racer, not having too much trouble with it, but still being a challenge. Anyway, Michelle, I don't know if she reveals in this episode or the next episode, but she reveals that she's doing this because she doesn't want to have to share Lucy. She wants Lucy all to herself, essentially. Let's see. Anyway, I think that's the main stuff that happens in this episode. If I forget anything, I apologize. I'm sorry for the but I didn't prepare this ahead of time. I'm just going on what I remember. Essentially, I'm winging it. I don't make a script for this sort of thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and I hope to have more up today. Hopefully I can get at least up to episode 150, if not more. It just depends on how much I can get compressed, because I've only got up to 150 compressed, but I've got up to episode 167 rendered, which means I have 168 to 175 to edit. So hopefully I can get some of this stuff done. Anyway, I will see everybody next time.